Hey guys, it's Vox, and welcome back to another episode of Shadow of the Colossus. In the last episode, we took down the first Colossus, and something I want to mention is at the very end of the last episode, the last cutscene, was something that I didn't really explain because I just decided to end it right after that. Basically, that is how I'm going to end every episode, which is Darman, I had to think of his name, Darman, giving us a hint. Or Dorman, not Darman, Dorman, whatever. Dorman giving us a hint about the next Colossus. So, something kind of interesting there. Now, if we... Again, I told you, last episode, every time I try to get on my horse, I'm going to accidentally jump instead. Alright, so this next Colossus is... he's simpler than the first one. Well, you know, I had trouble with the first one, but, you know... Oh, okay. This right here, basically, I mean, he's kind of explaining it to you. Basically what it is, these are shrines they're shrines of worship, and they're scattered throughout the world. There are quite a few of them, actually, and you can heal yourself with them, and you can also save there. So it acts kind of as a mobile save point. So if we come over here, we can just look at it. Pretty much what you do is just go up to it, and you can pray at it by pushing circle. So anyway, I don't need a save, but that's pretty much what it is. And it also does heal you, but we are full on health, so that's not really necessary right now. So, we're going to go ahead and take our horse, and we're going to come in this direction. Now, I know where I'm going, but technically what we're supposed to do is hold up our sword, and it'll tell us to come over here and all that. So, anyway. Now, something I want to talk about on our way to this next Colossus is I'm kind of debating how I want to do these videos, because this game consists of two main gameplay features. One is fighting the actual Colossi, and the second part is what we're doing now, which is traveling to the Colossi. Sometimes traveling to the Colossi can be a journey within itself. Sometimes it's quite a long journey to get to the Colossi, and I don't know for sure whether I'm going to keep those in. I think what I'm going to do, most likely, is for the longer ones especially, I'm going to try to keep it, I guess, somewhat comical, since it'll be kind of boring, but try to keep it somewhat comical throughout it, and then maybe just edit out the parts that are dull, and then just kind of, you know, keep highlights of me traveling to the Colossus. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but... By the way, if you see me struggling on the words Colossi or Colossus, it's because sometimes I want to say Colossuses as plural instead of Colossi, so sometimes I just kind of struggle with the word, trying to think, oh wait, before I say it, do I say it singular or plural? So that's what it is. Like, I was about to say Colossuses in that last note, but I said Colossi, which was good, but I struggle. Anyway, point is, we're coming down here. I really like how this game looks, by the way. I really do. In fact, you're actually going to hear one of my favorite songs in a minute, too, which I'll be sure to point out when that comes out. So this area here is known as Bay Shore. Yep, kind of an interesting name. This appears the Great Bridge, by the way, which it is a great bridge, so there you go. So here we are on some sand. There's actually some water over here. There's not much really you can do over here. There's some... I believe somewhere there's a big tree we can go and get some fruit off of, though I don't really want to do that right now. But there is a shore here, which is why this place is called Bay Shore. Anyway, what we actually want to do is come over here, this direction. And there's a door. I wonder what's going to come out of that door. Well, it's just kind of breaking down the door, but this is the second Colossus, Quadratus. And yes, its name does remind me of algebra. Alright, so let's go ahead and back up so we can take a good look at him before he stomps us, because he was about to do that. This is Quadratus. He resembles a bull strongly, and there are actually several colossi that do resemble animals. In fact, there's one I'm thinking of right now that resembles an animal. That is very, very cool Colossus design. Anyway, what we want to do here, first of all, let's actually stand back and see if we can point out his weak spots. And he is going to show off his only attack, which is stomping like that. Yeah. Okay, anyway, he has two weak spots. He has one on his tail, well, I guess, if you could call that a tail, and he has one on his head. So if we look for ways up, we can see that all of his feet are stone, so we can't really climb on them, but he does have fur on pretty much most of his back and on his upper legs. So we need to somehow get to his upper legs while, like, disregarding his lower legs, which should be kind of interesting to figure out. So this fight, we're actually going to take advantage of our bow for once. We're going to wait for him to stop doing that. And once he starts walking again, I usually come behind him. And as we can see, on the bottom of his feet are minor sigils. So we want to shoot those with our bow. Once he lifts his foot, just aim at one, and then attempt to shoot it. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. Oh, come on. There we go. Once he does that, let's go ahead and pull out our sword in preparation. And he's going to, we're going to cripple that leg, and then we can climb on where his kneecap is, pretty much. And once we're on him, my favorite song in this game begins. I love this song. I love this song so much. There's one that I like a lot too, but this one is just the one that always seems to get stuck in my head. Alright, so first let's come to this back sigil here. Once again, you push X once to ready it, and, sorry, square. You push square once to ready it, and square again to actually stab him. So since there are two sigils on this, or two major sigils on this guy, it's going to be a bit different. As you can see, when we're about halfway done, it's going to turn to a minor sigil, which isn't going to really hurt him very much. So we want to head over to his head, which is where we saw what the second major sigil was. Well, maybe we can get over this. There we go. His head is the more difficult spot to attack because he has much more control over his head, so he's going to try to get us off more up here. Alright, and once we settles his head, let's ready and stab. Now something I want to point out, look at his eyes. If we can, there you go. Notice how they turned orange when we attacked him. For the first several Colossi, that's not going to mean anything, but later on, orange eyes are going to mean something. So just keep that in mind, that when they are angry, their eyes change colors. And I think maybe just one more shot? One more good shot, perhaps? Yep, there we go. And there goes the second Colossus. Quadratus. I killed you for reminding me of algebra, okay? That's what it is. That's why.